Today we host a panel with some partner, friends, customers, but more importantly, thought leaders in our space. And today we're going to talk about industrial applications. And we tried to give you a different spin for this panel. We will talk about technology and we'll talk about real application. So I'm Fabio Violante, CEO of Arduino. I've been with Arduino for the last 10 years. And together with me, we have Richie Gimmel. Richie, can you introduce yourself and your company?
Yes, thank you, Fabio. My name's Richie Gimmel. I'm from America, if you can't tell by the accent. My company's called Atlas Machine and Supply. We're a 118-year-old company that does industrial equipment maintenance for heavy industry, so things like power plants, steel mills, automotive manufacturers, places like that. And I'm the CEO of the company, have been for 14 years now. So,
Thank you very much, Richie. And now it's turn of George Gray, that is Vice President of Software for Qualcomm and also former CEO and founder of Foundries.io.
Thanks, Fabio. So Foundries is a company that was started out of Lenaro. It's a SaaS software company providing tooling for equipment makers, so IoT and edge device makers, to simplify and accelerate the delivery and deployment of IoT and edge devices, all the way from initial product development through deployment, device management, and fleet management, and accelerate time to market and improve security.
And we have Dario as well.
Yes, ciao everybody. I'm Dario Kubler from Microchip Technology. I am FAE manager for Europe for Microchip, and Microchip is a semiconductor company. We started over 50 years ago as General Instrument and moved to Microchip Technologies in the late 80s. And we have been partner of Arduino since the beginning with the Atmel and EMEA products. But we are also producing other products in the embedded microcontroller, microprocessor, analog, FPGAs, and other things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys, for introducing yourself. So as you can see, we have a diverse panel here, quite interesting conversation today. So maybe, Richie, we can start with your experience as the actual industrial customer that is moving towards a new, different approach to the way you use IoT, and you are an early adopter of the Arduino technology in the industrial space. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with open source applied to the industrial setting with the Opta micro PLC?
yeah, I'd be happy to do that, Fabio. I should first say that I feel like I'm a little bit of a fish out of water at this conference because I'm traditionally a machinery guy. Our business is repairing heavy industrial equipment. Don't really have a background in IoT or software development or anything like that. But in maintaining all this equipment, we're working with thousands of factories across, the entire U.S. or beyond. And it always sort of seemed like an opportunity that we have. I would see hundreds of millions or tens of billions of dollars of production assets that were owned by these customers, and they really knew nothing about them in terms of maintaining them in many cases. It sort of bothered me that I could see more about the health of my refrigerator than they could for a lot of their production equipment, unless maybe they walk right up to it and look at a local display or measure some things manually. So I felt like that was a big opportunity and started going down the path of trying to collect data on this equipment for the customers and found the Arduino product through my kids. We had been watching some YouTube videos and came across it, and got one for the house, started playing around with it, and felt like, well, this could really solve the problem that I see in industry. And bought a maker board, started making some prototypes, and did a lot of learning. But I would say it came pretty naturally. I am a mechanical engineer, not a software engineer or an IoT engineer, but we picked it up pretty quickly. And then probably a year and a half ago, we got familiar with the Opta product, which is truly an industrial grade product. So we kind of moved to that and have started building out an infrastructure for our customers around that product. The thing that if I could give any message to anybody, it would be that if you're not a technical person, if you're not, or you have customers, many of you here are in the IoT space, but if you have customers you serve that are not in that space, I think what Arduino does really well, one, the Opta is a fantastic product. We've had zero issues with it. But the thing that I think the important message is that what they do better than anybody is the accessibility aspect of it. They've, a company like us with a little bit of curiosity and a little bit of resources was able to use their product, lean on the Arduino community, and develop ultimately an application that I think is going to bring a lot of value to the industrial market and solve a problem. So if you want to learn, jump right in. And I haven't found the bottom yet of being able to learn everything there is to learn about this, right? But Arduino does make it really easy and accessible.
Thank you very much, Richie. So, talking about industrial application, sometimes there is a initial phase of deployment where you start experimenting and creating solutions. But one of the biggest concerning in the moving along the line of deployment is scaling. And scaling means being able to manage fleets of devices and also taking care of the security aspects. So I would like to ask you, George, you have been in this industry more or less forever, and you know every single aspect, including all the intricacy connected to the security of device. If you can tell us a little bit your perspective, how security is important, and what are the biggest challenges in scaling with security at the same time, and then we'll go to the next questions after that.
Not sure I have enough time to answer that question fully, but obviously the world is changing very rapidly, and one of the things that's coming is the European Cyber Resilience Act, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard about by now. As an industry, I don't think we're ready. Up until now, security has been optional, and because it's difficult, most people didn't exercise the option, and most products out there are not particularly secure. That's now no longer possible. So what we now have to do is we are mandated by governments to actually make our products secure. And that's a whole new way of working. Combined with that, we're developing much more complex products. And the complexity and the range of even Arduino's products is ranging from microcontrollers today to full Linux-based devices for basically building products that are more and more complex. So there's a lot to do, and there's the necessity to not try and do everything yourself. There's no value added in creating your own operating system and maintaining it and having technical debt that you have to maintain for 10 years of your product life. So open source is making it a lot easier to basically use an open platform, use platforms that provide you the ability to meet the requirements of these security of these security legal requirements, and then to be able to actually deploy fleets and into the field and manage them for 10, 15, 20 years. So there's a lot to do and a lot of complexity coming in, particularly into the industrial space around AI. So we're still building those features into our products as well. I can go on for 20 minutes, but I will stop there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, George. So this is an important aspect, and you touched upon also the open source aspect as a way also to make this problem more easy to tackle. So Dario, I have a strange question for you because, you know, Microchip has been around for now several decades, you know, as a company, and it's difficult to highlight the entire portfolio of solutions that Microchip provides beside Arduino chips, okay? But there are new technologies that are very relevant for the edge in our opinion as an industry. So can you talk about, you know, the progresses you are making in these new communication protocols that could be revolutionary at the edge, like single pair Ethernet? Explain what it is.
Yes. Yes, Fabio. Yeah, absolutely. So Microchip, we used to address several markets, from industrial to automotive, from consumer to aerospace and defense and the other stuff. And one of the beauty of having this great opportunity to interact with different customers, like Arduino, of course, is used to do, you have so many different users from different areas, is just to learn what else we can do in order to improve some areas like connectivity. So what we did recently is we took one of the clear trend we have in the automotive world, connecting all the millions now of sensors and controllers that are on the car into one network and bringing it into the industrial world. So we are using this new technology. It's not new because it's based on Ethernet, called SPE, single pair Ethernet. And basically, if you have take a cable of internet is made of 4 twisted pairs, and we said, okay, just take one of those 4 twisted pairs and use it to connect several devices using a very known protocol, which is Ethernet. And we develop, together with other companies, the SPE technology, and specifically for industrial application is the multi-drop single pair connections, which is called 10 base T1S. Is based on 10 megabaud communication speed, where you can connect several devices on the twisted pair into this multi-drop. And what is bringing this technology is the determinism that usually you do not have with the standard Ethernet. So if you want to make very strong and reliable applications where you want to control robots, and obviously you don't want to have the robots waiting milliseconds before reacting, then the multi-drop SPE protocol is the best solutions because it's deterministic. So each nodes on the system, they are allowed one slot, is called timing sensitive network, to communicate, and the system is also providing a way to avoid the collisions. So very strong, very reliable, and everything is running on top of Ethernet, which means if you have other system, and usually in the industry you have the cloud, guess what? You can communicate with the cloud using the same language, like we are communicating now. We are Italians, they are Americans, English, and we are all communicating using one language. With the Ethernet, you're doing the same, so you do not need the gateway. You're saving money on the gateway, you're saving money on the cabling, and that's the beauty of a very strong system. So I can talk about SPE forever, but that's very, very good, and Arduino develop a fantastic solutions using this technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Dario. So, of course, if you want to see this technology, there is a Microchip booth, there is the Arduino booth, where you can see also the Arduino Shield for a single pair Ethernet, and check it out because it's impressive performance that you can achieve and the ease of cabling. So for us, it's a way to create a sort of provocation for this industry here as well. So because this is a technology that we believe will stay in the future. So Richie, you talked about your experience with the product, but what struck me a little bit to see your evolution in terms of managing a business is that basically you are transforming your company from a, let's say, maintenance company into, let's say, a sort of software provider by standardizing your experience and making it available potential in the future also to other customers. What is your strategy there? So where do you see the potential, and also how important has been the AI in your journey? So quick answers, otherwise they will kick us out.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of a plan there is. It's more of a sense of direction. I do feel like our customers want things at their fingertips all the time. They want, ultimately what they want to know are actions. So I try to always keep that in mind, that the point of collecting the data is to precipitate an action that makes it more profitable, safer, reduces energy consumption, helps them achieve whatever their goal is. So that's still very much coming into focus for me. I see AI being a big part of that. And, the AI tools have been a big part of, along with the Arduino product, of what has allowed us to dabble in this space. So it's been pretty cool to learn a lot. And I met George today, so I can call him to fix all the problems that I made and didn't know about. But yeah, it's an interesting time. The world's changing fast, so we are very much adapting. It can be overwhelming, the amount of possibilities and change right now. But for me, it's really exciting, and hopefully we're up to the task.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, Richie. So George, you mentioned complexity at the edge, and it is increasing, but also AI is increasing this complexity at the edge. And so what is your experience, and how people are also leveraging all the mechanism that you can provide also for AI applications at the edge? Because I think you play a crucial role there, because things are less static than they used to be even 5 years ago. Everything is changing, models are changing. So what is your perspective on this?
Yeah, so AI at the edge is a real thing. It's seeing real applications in industry in terms of things like preventive maintenance, machine inspection, looking at a factory line and seeing defects. And in order to do that, so what Foundries did is created this platform for building and maintaining and delivering an operating system. We were acquired by Qualcomm a year and a half ago to help bring this technology into the Qualcomm product line, and Qualcomm have also recently acquired Edge Impulse, who are here, Jan. So feel free to talk to him after the talk. But we're working together to integrate Edge Impulse's product line into the Foundries platform, and the big benefit of Edge Impulse is they've got similar experience to Arduino of working with a big community and making it easy to learn and to deploy AI applications in industry. And part of that is being able to update and change those models as you go along and as you learn more. And that involves over-the-air updating devices with those new models. So there's a lot of integration here and a lot of open source work going on to make it easy for you to go and create and deploy AI apps.
Thank you very much, George. And a final question also for Dario, because Edge and AI, it's all about data. And the more advanced we have in terms of technology, the more processing capabilities we need at the edge. So I know, Dario, that you, as Microchip, have been working also with FPGA and creating solutions that can be deployed at the edge way easier than they used to be. So just quickly, in 2 sentences, what are you doing and what is AI doing for simplifying the development of AI application with FPGAs?
Yes, absolutely, Fabio. We have several line of products. One of these is FPGAs we inherited with the Microsemi acquisition. And in this specific area, we saw, coming from a strong microcontroller-based line of products, how difficult it is to position FPGAs for non-historically FPGA users. Because FPGAs is perceived as costly, but also difficult to achieve and against the open community, because every supplier has its own solutions and difficult to manage. So we develop some layers above the fabric logic, the Verilog solutions, to allow people to interact and work with FPGA, starting with the knowledge of basic solutions for AI, like TensorFlow, TensorFlow Lite, and other usually solutions, and adapted to our FPGAs. And we did it through some acquisition, VectorBox 3 years ago, and other acquisitions that provide this accelerated SDK, which allows the user to run, simulate, and generate code just using Python or C++. And this is a very easy access, together with the release of the low-cost development kits. So you can have an FPGA demo kit based on a PolarFire at $130, and you can easily start and run and program FPGAs basically with no knowledge about Verilog and HDL.
Perfect. So I think that we are almost out of time for this session. We just hinted at a number of ideas, and of course we will be available during the show today and tomorrow, for more deep dive questions. We don't have time probably for a Q&A session here, so I would like to thank all of you for your perspective, very important perspective, and I hope this session was useful just to think about, the next way and the next generation of edge solutions for your enterprise. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank you. And thank you to the panelists.